All right, so this demo is going to go through 3D camera tracking, which is something we're going to use for our rules videos. So right here, you're going to see my example, and when I play this, what you're going to see is basically the text is tracked to some points on the video, which is actually directly on my computer. I could have pulled the text out more. I made like a kind of crummy fake shadow there, but you will be able to do this. It's fairly simple. There is a second demo in here from somebody else, but I wanted to show you how I'm using it on my footage. So real quick, I'm going to go up and I'm just going to make a new comp. And I'm going to bring in some video. So I'm going to send you two, or I'm going to have two videos available. That my crummy footage from my desk and this footage of the atrium. Hopefully this stuff works. And we'll pull this down into, there we go. So you can see this clip, pretty good. I'm going to say, yeah, this will work. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to my effects and I'm going to type in camera. And I'm looking for 3D camera tracker. So I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to drop it directly onto my clip. Now, what's going on is it's analyzing this and it's going to pick a bunch of points. Now, one thing that I'm going to recommend also is that your quality drop a little bit. So mine's like a third. Okay, you can go to half probably too, just to keep things going a little bit faster. But let's go ahead and take a look while we're waiting for this to analyze in the background. And what I'm looking for right here is 3D solve, so track points, so in 3D. I can also, at some point here, I can bump up my tracking point size so you can see them a little bit easier. All right, and we're at like 40% here. So we're gonna let this run for a second. 27 seconds left. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna be able to put your text basically on any plane. So it's gonna analyze this scene for, plane. So like for instance, the windows here are a plane, the ground here is a plane, the tables, chairs, anything that kind of runs a direction, and you'll be able to see, once we get going here, where those planes are, okay, and how this functions. And then what we'll do is we'll right click and we'll add 3D text to it and add a camera, and then we will. You see here, solving camera, and you're gonna see a bunch of points pop up here in a second. There we go. So now I'm just going to bump these up. I'm going to go over to track point size and push that up so you can see all those points and where it's kind of tracking. I think I'm going to try to link something over here. You can kind of see right there. It's finding these things. So I think I'm going to use this one. Now my target size is not real big right now. So if I bump that up, it's a little bit easier to see. So I'm bumping up my target size so you can see basically where the planes are, so you can kind of see where it's like thinking it's going to lay this thing. So that's basically the direction that the text is going to run. So I'm going to go with this one. I think that one looks good. Maybe there's probably some other good ones there. This one would be flat along that plane. Let's see. I'll just run with this one. All right, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to create text in camera. All right, so now my text popped up. All right, and I'm able to edit my text. So I'm going to click on my text and I'm going to go to text and I'm going to change it. Highlight it. Go ahead and change it to a different color. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up that text and I'm going to go into transform, and what we're going to use is our rotation. So we have X, Y, and Z rotation down here. All right, so watch what happens when I mess with this. Okay, you can see that one's flipping that direction. We don't want to do that one, so I'm going to undo. I'm going to flip this. I'm going to rotate maybe this out, and then I'm going to rotate this down a little bit too. And now maybe a little bit forward. Slide my anchor point over a little bit. It might make it a little bit easier. So you kind of get the idea of what's going on here. I'm just really trying to position this thing. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay. I could also go into scale and bump the text up, I believe, too. Maybe I can't. Let's go to my arrow tool and we'll just stretch it, make it a little bit bigger. You can also change the position, so if I want this to maybe come out further, I could grab that blue arrow. I can pull that forward slightly, so if I want to separate it away from the window a little bit. Okay, but this should be good. So now it's going to render as I play, but I'm going to hit play, and as that camera moves, you can see that the text appears like it's either floating or it's in the scene, kind of like in that spot. Okay. So this is going to be one of the things we're going to use, and we may couple this up with something else we did before, which is that 3D text effect. We had done that towards the beginning of the class. So go ahead and see if you can get this tracked. It's not super hard. There's another demo in there too. You could also take some footage off your phone. Anything that kind of has a space and maybe like minimal camera movement is going to work really well. You can also do some, shots that maybe pan around a little bit too. All right, and that's it.